Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class we completed your chapter number 5, that is nothing but separation of the substances. So today we are going to start with new topic, that is nothing but changes around us. So what do you mean by change? Change is nothing but it is a different thing. So before what we see it is a different thing, after what we see it is a different thing. So if we take the examples of our surroundings, there is a lot of amount of changes occurring. If we take the example of the tree, so how does the tree grow? Before it would be a seed. From that seed there is a growth of the root as well as there is a growth of the stem. Right, that stem grows in the upward direction whereas the root grows in the downward direction. Right, that stem after some time it is going to have some branches, that is nothing but there is the formation of the leaves through that stem. So that stem is continuously growing and become a big stem, and in that stem there will be lot amount of branches. In those branches there will be lot amount of sub branches. In those branches there will be leaves. So there is a continuous process of the growth of that tree is happening. So when the continuous process of that tree is happening, growth of the tree is happening, what is happening there? There is a continuous change is happening. So before there is only seed, after that there is the formation of root as well as the stem. After the formation of the root and stem and root continuously grows. After some time there is the branch which is going to come, and there in those branches there will be the formation of the leaves. Right, in those leaves there will be formation of the flowers. By those flowers there will be the formation of the fruits. By those fruits, inside those fruits there will be the formation of the seeds. So in this manner the growth of the tree continuously changing. If you see that growth of the tree, there is a continuous change is going to occur. There is a continuous change is going to occur. Now if you compare that thing, if you observe those things, what is the continuous change which is going to occur? How we came to know that there is a continuous changes occurred? If you check that seed, first what will happen? Seed will be like that. It will be strong. It will be a circular structure. So what will happen? In the presence of the water, the seed is becoming bigger. It is going to become bigger. So there is the change in the shape of the seed. After that it is going to break down into the two parts. So then in between those things there will be the formation of the root as well as there is the formation of the stem. So again there is the change in the size and there is the change in the shape of those things. So continuously if you observe those things, there is a continuation in the changes of those things. Changes of the shape, changes of the size, changes of the texture, changes in the color. There are a lot amount of changes is going to occur, and that change is a continuous process. So we can say that change is a continuous process, and there will be changes in size, shape, texture, color, taste. Those are the changes. Not only that tree example, if you take another example, that is nothing but if you take the example of sunrise and sunset. Alright, if you take that sun is going to rise in the east direction, but it is going to set on the west direction. So continuously changing its direction from east to the west. At the morning time it will be at the east, at the evening time it will be at the west direction. So actually our earth is rotating but not the sun rotating. But how it tends to look like us, that the sun is rising in the east direction and it is setting out the west direction. So it is continuously changing its direction. There also come a change. If you again observe the sun only, if you see the color of the sun at the sunrise as well as at the sunset, the color looks like red. Color looks like tomato red. So if you check that color at the morning time and at the evening time, it will be red only. So if you check that color of the sun at the time of noon, that nothing but 12 o'clock, how it looks like? At the 12 o'clock it looks like white only. So again the change in the color of that sun at the time of the noon. Right, sun is not changing but the color of the sun is changing. In the same way if you check the sky color, it is also changing. At the time of the noon it will be white color, but at the morning time and at the evening time it will be blue color. Again there is a change. Right, these are all the change. If you observe all the surroundings, your surroundings, if you check each and everything, there is a continuous changes occurring. There is a continuous changes occurring. If you take the example of yourselves only, at the primary, at the first standard, you will be this much height, but in the 6th class, your height is grown like this. So there is again a change. Your hand size is bigger, become bigger, length of the hand is become bigger, nose size is become bigger, your hair are continuously growing. So before cutting, after the cutting it will be smaller one, after 1.5 months it will be bigger one. So again there is the growth in the hairs. So again there is a change is coming, and that change is continuous one, right? In the same way, if you take your nails, if you take the example of your nails also, if you cut that nails, they become shorter. But if you check after some time, those nails are also becoming bigger, larger. There be the length of the nails is become bigger. They becoming elongated. So again there is a change in this shape, or there is a change in the length of the nail, and it is continuous process, right? If you check everything around us, there is continuous changes occurring. If you take the example of the climate also, yesterday here in this place it rained, but today it is not rained. So again there is a change in the climate, right? There is a change in the climate. So in the same manner, when water flows, there is also change. Right, water flowing on the ground, that's right. But what happens when the water comes from the top and is flowing in the downward direction? The speed of that water is also going to change. Right, in the same manner, if you take the tires of the vehicle, if you continue to use that tires of the vehicle, those tires are going to get damaged. So there is also a change due to the deterioration of that tire, due to the damage or destruction of their tires. There is also change. If we take the example of this chalk piece also, if I write by this chalk piece, after some time this chalk piece is going to get lost. Everything of this chalk piece is going to get lost. So before using this much, the length of this chalk piece is this much. After using the chalk piece is going to get over. So again this is also change. So these are some examples of the changes which is occurring around us. If you take the natural one, there is a change. If you take non-natural one, there is also change. If you take the example of day and night, at the morning it will be day, at the time of night it will be night. Again day to night there is change. In the same way, if you take the moon also, we have full moon day and we have no moon day. So in between that no moon day and full moon day, we have to going to see the different shapes and different sizes of the moon. So half moon we are going to see 1/4 moon, we are going to see the full moon. So again there is a different size and different shapes and different amount of light is coming towards us. So there is also a change occurring in the moon also. So the changes are nothing but changes is the continuous procedure. That is nothing but it is the difference between the things which is before and after, which after some time what is going to happen to those things. So these are nothing but what? These are the changes. And change is what? Change is a continuous process. Change is a continuous process. You have to write some examples of these things. Changes in your book. Whatever the change you are going to see in your surroundings, you have to write those things. So next we are going to see about the can all changes reverse. Always reverse. Can all changes always be reversed? Can all changes always be reversed? For that reason, for checking those things, we are going to do an activity. We are going to do 6 activities to check those things. So before that, what is reverse and what is non-reverse? Reverse is nothing but if whatever the change which is occurred in a object, so then the change can be returned reverse to its initial size. Now if you take the example of the chalk piece, is it possible to produce the same length chalk piece which is written on the board by using those things only? No, it is not possible since it is irreversible. Reversible is nothing but whatever we are going to do in the changes, that thing should be taken into the original position, original shape or original size. Then it is known as reversible. So we are going to check can all changes are always be reversible by doing an activity. Right. So let us take the first activity. Let us take the activity number 1, which is given in your textbook. So what they are given here, we are going to take a balloon, right? We are going to take a balloon. In that balloon, we are going to blow air. In this activity, we are going to take a balloon. In that balloon, we are going to blow air. Take balloon and blow air inside it. Inside it. So what will happen to the balloon if you blow air inside it? The empty balloon, which is smaller in shape, size, when you blow the air, what will happen? That balloon becomes bigger. The size and the shape of that balloon increases. Size and the shape of the balloon increases when you blow the air. So how we have to blow the air? That when you blow the air, it shouldn't burst the balloon. The amount of the air should be limited one. If you blow more amount of the air, what will happen? Whatever the balloon which is expanded now, it is going to burst. So we have to take care of that thing that it shouldn't burst out. So we have to supply the limited amount of air so that the size and the shape of the balloon should increase, but it shouldn't burst out. So for that reason, you have to blow the air like that. Now after some time, what we are going to do, we already know that these changes occur. So what we are going to do, we are going to remove all the air which is blown into that balloon. All the air which is blown into that balloon. After checking, after removing that whatever the air which is blown into that balloon, what will happen after checking that thing? The shape and the size of that balloon, after removing the air from that balloon, it is going to come to the original position. It is going to come into the original position. Before blowing the air, what is the position, what is the condition of the balloon is going to remain same after we remove the air from that thing. Remove the air from that balloon. So this is the first activity. So we are getting the original type of balloon only, original shape and size of that balloon when we remove the air from that thing. When we blow the air, it is changing. When we remove the air, it is also changing. So remember that thing. When you blow the air, what is happening? When you remove the air from that balloon, what is happening? So this is the first activity. So next, consider the second activity, activity number 2. Activity number 2. In this case, we are going to make a toy using the paper. So we already know that we are going to make the aeroplanes. How we are going to make the aeroplanes? By using the paper. So we are going to take a paper and we are going to fold that paper in such a manner that it is going to produce an aeroplane. So that we are going to fold the paper and we are going to use that paper and we are going to rub on the upper portion of that aeroplane and we are going to blow air behind that paper and we are going to throw that aeroplane in the sky. So that is continuously going to move in the sky. After some time, it is going to come to the ground. So in the second activity, number 2, what we are going to do here, we are going to make an aeroplane. Make an aeroplane by the paper. By the folding of the paper. By the folding of the paper. Right. We are going to take this paper and we are going to fold it such a manner that we are going to produce the shape of the aeroplane, which can be used for the purpose of the playing. So now after using that thing, after making the aeroplane, after playing with that aeroplane, now what I am going to do here, what we are going to do here, we are going to take out we are going to unfold that paper. We are going to unfold that paper. So when you unfold that paper, what will happen? Whatever the paper which is used before is going to give its original shape and size. So after that, what we are going to do, after using our pen, we are going to unfold this paper. Unfold of paper. We are going to unfold it. We are going to unfold it. So what will happen? Whatever this shape and size of the paper which is there before the using, it is going to give the original shape again. So here you have to remember, in the first case how you remember about those things, that is nothing but what is the shape and the size before the air blown, after the air blown, again after the air is removed from that balloon. So you have to remember like that. In the second case we take here activity number 2, take an aeroplane by the folding of paper, unfold the paper. So here in this case what we are going to do here, we are going to fold the paper in such a manner it is going to give us a aeroplane. So after playing with that aeroplane, what we are going to do, we are going to unfold that paper. So here in this case what you have to remember, you have to remember that what is the shape and the size before the folding, what is the shape and size after the folding, and what is the shape and size after unfolding. So 3 cases you have to remember. 3 cases you have to remember. Before folding, after unfolding. Right. In the third activity, here we are going to take some duff and make a ball. We are going to take some duff and make a ball. So in the activity number 3, what we are going to do? We are going to take a duff and we are going to make a ball. So we already know that for the purpose of making roti or chapati, we require duff of the atta. So what we are going to do, what we are going to use here, we are going to use the duff and we are going to make the balls. So that those balls can be used for the making of the roti or chapati. So duff can be, if you take the duff into hand, and it can be changed into the ball, and that ball can be changed into the chapati or roti. So if the shape and the size is not desired one, it is not rounded one, what we can do here, again we can take that atta and we can make it as duff. We can make it as duff again. Before the cooking, whatever we are going to do on that table or that thing, right, while making the roti chapati, before cooking, we are going to change the shape and the size of that ball or that chapati roti into a duff again. So here what you have to remember here, you have to remember that before making a ball, that is nothing but it is the duff. After making a ball, how it looks like a ball. After that ball, it is going to made into the chapati or roti, it becomes circular path. If it does not get that desired shape of that chapati or roti, what we are going to do, we are going to mix it again and we are going to make it a duff. We are going to make it a duff. If you want to see the diagrams of those things which is given in your textbook, so just keep on seeing the textbook along with this thing. Right? So this is the another thing. Now if you check here, if you check all those 3 activities, so in the activity number 1, what we have done, we have taken a balloon and blown the air inside it. So we are in the first activity number 1. What is the conclusions here? Activity number 1. If you check here activity number 1, what did we done in the activity number 1? Before blowing the air, balloon has original shape and size. Balloon has original shape and size. Original shape and size. In the same manner, after the blowing air into the balloon, what happens to the balloon? Air into the balloon. The shape and the size of the balloon changes. The shape and the size of the balloon changes. Right, it is the first condition, it is the second condition. In the third condition, when you remove the air from the balloon, so what happens to the balloon? When you remove the air from the balloon, that balloon, what will happen? It is again going to take its original shape and size. It takes its original shape and size. Original shape and size. So see here, before the blowing air, balloon its original size and shape. After the blowing air, there is change, and after removal of the air from the balloon, it again taking its original shape and size. If this type of activity or this type of phenomena is occurring, this type of changes are occurring, we can say that these type of changes are the reversible changes. This type of changes are nothing but what? These are the reversible changes. So if you check here, balloon at original position at the starting, after the end, after removal of the air, it is again getting its original shape and size. So if it is possible to take its original shape and size after doing the changes, after doing the activities, then we can say that these type of changes are what? These type of changes are the original or reversible changes. So these type of changes are what? These type of changes are reversible changes. Just remember, if it is possible to take its original size and shape, like whatever we before the change, whatever the size and shape is there, if it is possible after the taking a number of changes, if we are getting the same size and shape of that object or substance, then we can say it as reversible change. Reversible change. In the same way, if we take the example of the aeroplane, before the folding, what is that? It is paper only. After the folding, it becomes aeroplane. After the unfolding, what it becomes? It becomes again the piece of paper. So, at initially, it is the piece of paper. After unfolding, it is again piece of paper. So, we are getting the original size and shape of the paper. We are getting original size and the shape of the paper. So, if you are getting the original one, then we can say that type of change is nothing but what? It is a reversible change. So in the activity number 2 is also a reversible change. It is also what? It is also a reversible change. In the same manner, if we take the activity of the third activity, before making a ball, after applying pressure, it is duff only. After applying pressure, it becomes ball. There is a change. After another amount of pressure is applied, it becomes a roti or chapati. If desired shape and size is not obtained, again we are going to change the shape of that chapati or roti into a duff. So again we are getting the original duff only. The amount of the size and the amount of the shape is same only. So that means it is also a what? It is also a reversible change. It is also a reversible change. So reversible change is nothing but if it is possible to take its original shape and size and amount or quantity. So it can be taken as what? It can be taken as reversible change. So this is for the explanation purpose. I am going to give the PDF file. So don't worry about this type of explanation. Just understand what is reversible change, what is change, and what is the reversible change. So about the irreversible change, we are going to do further 3 activities in the next class. Up to that point, thank you. Take care. Stay well. Stay good.